Alright, kia ora and good morning. Running a bit late today. Not sure if this setup is ideal yet, but what is with this camera? Okay, before we do anything else, we need to go into the camera settings and make sure I don't look like an Oompa Loompa. Where are my camera settings? I'm not usually this orange. I agree that I am ginger, but this is excessive. How about we change this and take that down just a notch? And auto white balance is, this is closer to a healthy color. Okay, so back to the code though. Good thing I have the preview open over here. On my last stream, I added a metrics dashboard. So I wanted to share some of my numbers publicly, and I have done that here. I finished what we started last time. It is now linked in the footer of my website. If you go to open metrics, it shows just two numbers for now. It shows us just the number of Twitch followers that I have. So if you're watching this and you want to see this number go up if you reload the page, hit that follow button, and how often my streams have been viewed. And that is all neat. I thought of adding the number of total hours streamed on here, but now I want to do something that also uses the Twitch API, but in a more live setting, in a more live scenario, where somewhere possibly in the footer or anywhere on this page I want to show, hey, I'm streaming live right now. So I want to talk to the Twitch API to see if I am indeed live, and see, I think from the API exploration that we did last time, I can get that I am live, and I can get how many viewers I have at the moment. And I have an endpoint for that already. So this is a Next.js application. If I go to localhost /API/Twitch status, I get my user ID. And now I want to extend that to also get my live status and any other information about ongoing streams that I can use. And if we get just one information, if we just get the live status on here, we'll add a React component that shows is live or is not live. I need to close the thing over here so I can see you better. And let's get started with looking at the endpoint. Actually, I think would make sense. If we go to my API Twitch status, this is an endpoint that does a few things. First of all, it's down here. This is let's increase the size of that a bit. That is the Next.js route that if it receives a GET request to this endpoint, so if we request it just like this in the browser or with a guest fetch request, it does an authentication as an API. So I will only have access to APIs with that work with an app token. I don't have a user login, so I can't get any user-specific information, but anything that is publicly viewable that I don't need to be authenticated to see myself, that I can do. That means I can't update descriptions of my streams, I can't update information, I can't delete any videos. All I can do is read information that is available. And after that, so after we authorize, we get an access token, and that access token will need a lot to request other information, other endpoints from this API, such as the api.twitch.tv/helix, which is the current version of the API, /users, and then I just ask it for information on my username, and I get a bit. Let's see actually what we get from the users. Get users. That is this endpoint here, and we can pass it, I think we could pass it multiple user IDs or user logins. Yep, multiple IDs, so up to 100 in total, but I only want information on myself. I could use the ID or the login. I'm gonna go with the login because I know that. I don't know my user ID. And in the response, I get, am I a partner, affiliate, or just nothing? Right now, I am nothing, so that information isn't interesting. The channel description, my display name, I know, because that is the same as my login. I'm not gonna use that. The user ID we're gonna need for other requests in a second. My login name, offline image, profile image, if I am staff, admin, global mod, or nothing. Total number of views of the user's channel. That is what is on the dashboard over here. That is this number. That is reasonably low for now. and my verified email address only if we have this scope. I can't get that, and I don't need my email address, and information when the user was created. Also not helpful for when I want to get my live status. And last time I left a few of the API docs open to see what I can get that would be interesting. Log, resolve, or cancel a channel's points prediction. That is nothing. That is not it. How about check user subscription? So I could see who is this user subscribed to, or who is subscribing to this user. But that only works if my app access token, if the user has authorized my application with a scope user read subscription. So that information I can't get. That we can just walk past. Search channels. Now that maybe, because I guess what I'm doing here, this is a channel, but let's see if we can get something about streams. Stream. Get channel stream schedule. So that will be interesting to show. So if I am live, I want to show, yes, I'm live right now and I'm streaming to this many viewers. Or if I'm not live, I want to show I'm not live, but I'm scheduled to stream again on this and that date, if possible. Like, we'll see if we can get to that. Actually, let's use my trusty time timer here to give me about 55 minutes. So we'll end up around 11 probably. I'm aiming for that. If it gets more than that, later than that, that is fine as well. But I want to see if I can put myself on a deadline. Get stream key. Gets the channel stream key for a user. Nope. Get streams. Gets information about active streams. Yes, streams are returned sorted by number of current viewers in descending order. And I assume, from what I remember, I guess that this will show if I can ask it for a specific user's streams. Let's start with that. Get streams. Gets information about active streams. Streams are returned sorted by number of current viewers in descending order. Okay, if I only ever have one stream, it'll only be that one. Across multiple pages of results, there may be duplicate or missing streams as viewers join all and leave streams. Sure, but I only want information about my own streams. So let us actually see what that would look like. Const, that is a stream JSON. I have a little helper function here. Usually for every request, we need to pass an authorization, which receives an access token, a bearer access token, and a client ID. And then it does a fetch request to that endpoint, passing those headers with authorization and client ID. It awaits the JSON response and returns the JSON. And I just put that up here so that I don't have to do that every single time I want to request something. Because if I now request 5 different endpoints, I'd have to do the same dance with the headers 5 times. This way I have my one get function, and I know the get function has the correct setters, the correct headers set on it, has the correct method set on it, and will return a JSON. So await get is https, what is it, api.twitch.tv/helix/streams. Now, I don't want just a fire hose of all streams. I assume if I just requested it, there are no required query parameters, so this request by itself would give me all the streams that are happening right now, sorted by how many viewers they have. And that is cute, but that isn't helpful for the personalized solution that I'm looking for here. After and before is for pagination. If I said, just give me all the streams past stream number 500 in the ranking right now. Give me first game ID, language, user ID. Returns streams broadcast by one or more specified user IDs. You can specify up to 100 IDs. So same as for the users, I can request give me just this one person's active streams. So I pass a user ID, and the user ID is I got from the previous request. The user JSON request is this over here. And if we just return that, if we just print that as well, without getting anything out of it, here's information we could get. But let's look at the response. Let's explore that just live on air. The user ID was on there before. That did not work. Could not fetch. Okay, I did the same mistake that I've done about 5 times in the last stream. Because this is a RESTful API, it's always plural. It's /helix/users plural /streams. I was trying to request /stream. I used the singular, and that was silly. It wouldn't let me do that. Now we reload, and this is all the information that we get. So user ID, as I said, we had before. This is the user ID we got from the first request. And now in the second request, in this stream JSON response, we get, what do we get? What is the ID of the stream? What is the ID of the user? This and that is the same. The user login, username, I know this will always be the same because I'm always requesting it for my user ID. What is the game? Well, the game is software and game development. I still haven't found a better category for what I'm doing. I get, now this is interesting, I get the type and I get the title. Adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website. And these, like the first one I definitely want. I want the live information. And I have the view account here as well. So that is ideal. I can even show I've been live since, but let us get started with, what do we want? We want the is live, which is the stream, not Steam, stream JSON. And give me data, give me the first element, there's only ever going to be one. And give me type, and give me true if that is live. So if that is live, my is live will be true as well. Put that here, is live, and const view account. Yeah, view account is the same, stream JSON, give me data, give me the first element from that array, and give me the viewer underscore count. And viewer count here, and lowercase o. I'm going to keep the rest of the response down here as well, just so we have something to reference again if we need more information. Viewer count is not defined, just one W please. And I get is live true and viewer count is 2. Hi, the two of you. Very nice of you to hang out. And I'm going to use that information. I'm going to start with this. I could show the name of the stream as well. I could show, as I said, I could show when I started, language thumbnail URL. What is that? What is the thumbnail URL of this stream right now? So this seems like a placeholder. Static CDN, whatever, whatever. And then here it has placeholders for width and height. So I assume that if I change that, can I ask it to give me, let's say, an 800 by 600 preview of this? 800 and 600. Oh, and there we go. Nice. This is a wrong aspect ratio, so it stretches it. But this is a, does that update? It doesn't seem to update everything. No, it seems to be cached now, probably. And tags, one of them is for you, like development, one could be JavaScript. Is mature as false, not something I need immediately. So let's start by putting this information on the in a component. We are going to, oh, before I do anything else, let's be good boys and go to a new branch, git checkout branch, Twitch status. So I can always go back to the current state without breaking anything. And we want to touch a new component, so we're going to call Twitch status.tsx. Twitch status tsx. Where do we want that? So first we're going to do export default function Twitch status. And we are, just to see that it is hooked up, Twitch status. Just going to put Twitch status in here. And I'm going to say the footer makes most sense. That's where I see others put their currently playing in Spotify on here. While I am here, I'm transitioning to using all double quotes in my code. Update that real quick. And then import the Twitch status from the components Twitch status. put that right here in the footer. And where did that end up now? If we reload, about to phone full refresh, I just refreshed fully. So it's not ideal. And I'm not sure, okay, so because the styling of the footer has this line up here where I have a, where is that? Where is the line? Here, the divide, why I told it via Tailwind classes that I have, if I have two blocks, two sibling blocks, just put a line between them. I'm not sure if you can see that well, and because this is inside of that, yeah, I'm gonna ignore that for now. I just want to see that I can put my Twitch status on here, and because this is now a component, not a full page. Let's look at the open dashboard. On a full page, I can do the get static props. And I would get the static props of this. I would generate the props for this on build, on page build, and because I have a revalidate of 60 here, it would update. If I reload the page, there we go, it's 1017 now, even though this is a statically generated site. I can't do that here because this is a component. Now we are going to need to fetch something, and I'm going to do it badly at first. Okay, dependabot. And we are going to const Twitch status is this is terrible. This is not good, but stick with me. API Twitch status. And let's log it out to the console. Twitch status. There we go. Let's reload so we see it here directly. Reload. So it is a fetch request is asynchronous. So I see that even though I fetched this, this is now a promise and it doesn't have any of the information. It tells me it is resolved, but where is the information? So let us await it. And for that, we need to export default async. Make this an async Twitch status. That probably is a not good idea. Yeah, that isn't it. So let's just do the right thing directly. Import use effect and use, not status, use state from React. Because the component itself cannot be asynchronous. We want a use effect that we run when this component mounts for the first time. So do that just in here, and now this use effect is async. So I just moved it inside of a use effect. And what happened here now is that in my Twitch status, I don't get I no longer get a promise, but I get a response object. Still not the information that we need, because we now want from that response the JSON values. So const JSON equals await Twitch status dot JSON, and let's log the JSON. Clear this, and now it logs to the console our user ID, our is live status. We're down to one viewer. We still have the full stream JSON that we are not going to need. Like this, we're going to remove from the response eventually, but this is now the data that we need. Okay, and I could put it all in a single state, or let's say we have a is live and a set is live. Let's do them one by one. Use state false. So if we don't have any response from the API yet, we're going to assume that we're not live. And that is here. If we are live, we're going to return one piece of markup. And let's say we're going to put a Twitch. We are live on Twitch. And if we are not live, we are not live. Okay, we are not live because this is not, we're not updating the state anywhere yet. We're initializing it as false. But after we receive the response from our backend, we can set is live to JSON is live. So after we receive the response, we get an update, and there it says we are live on Twitch. And let's also do a state for the viewer count. Set viewer count. Yeah, microphone is on. Use state. And before we have received any response from the backend, we're going to assume that it is 0. Set viewer count is JSON viewer count. So here we're going to say live and streaming to, and we are going to use the viewer count viewers. Wait for that to reload. Live and streaming to 1 viewers. That I can't test the not live version on stream now, because then the stream would be over and that wouldn't be exciting. So I'm going to assume that this works and that the not live case, like we can toggle that manually to see what we want to style that as. Actually, let us style it a bit. Another 40 minutes. What do we want? So this is a div. How do I want this to appear? This could be a let's say okay, because this will be multiple tags now. The live itself will be 1, and let's put it inside of a span. And let's put you in a just so it's out of the way and nothing complains. How do we want this to appear? How do we want to style this with some Tailwind CSS? We go BG color, no, not BG color, BG gray, let's say 200. Unexpected token div. What did I forgot to close the fragment here. Still in line 18. Okay, I forgot to close this span as well. This is an open span and another open span. Yeah, it will always tell me, no, you're doing something wrong here. Module build error. No, okay, there was nothing. So this is live, and let us actually turn this into a div. And I imagine a small green bubble that might be pulsating to tell us this is live right now. I'm gonna make you a span now, end span, and this can be, if we want to change its casing, we can do that with CSS. And here I want to have so it doesn't need to have any content, class name, and I want you to have a height of 6 and a width of 6. This will be a bit excessive. And I want it to be BG green 500. What's that look like? And I want you to be display block. Yeah, okay. So this is now, I want this to be a flex container. And space X between those two, give me 10 pixels, might be too much. This one we want to have the bubble, the little circle, we want to be a circle, so rounded full. And it doesn't need to be all this big. Let's say we do, what's it look like with unit of 2? Bring these two a bit closer. Not 2 is not enough, let's say 4. And in this flex container, we have to go items center. Nope, still too much space between you, and that is still too large. So 2.5 also. That make it 10 pixels. Okay, and give the whole thing some padding. P of 2. And I have tags on this somewhere, so we're gonna use tags, the same spacing as the tags probably. I want to have less space here and more space on the horizontal, px 2.5. And I think that Tailwind has nice predefined pulse animations that I can just snap on there, and then it should pulse nicely. Animation pulse. And for pulse, we want, where's pulse? I need to set just animate pulse on it. Is that it? Animate pulse. I didn't even have to reload. So you see there is a nice, I think it is a transparency effect, right? What does pulse do? Yeah, it changes the opacity. We could also do, like spin on a circle wouldn't make any difference because it's a circle. We could ping and bounce as well. Ping looks nice, would work well with a live indicator. Bounce would be terribly annoying. So let's try ping. What? Animate ping. And we were here. Yeah, okay, that's not quite, that's just the ping. So I want another circle under this. That is always Animate pulse. No, animate nothing. So I want to have one circle that just does nothing. How do I get you to be on top of each other? How do they do that in the Tailwind example? Because really that is what I want. I want to have the indicator always there. But I also want to have the pulsing, and they have an animate ping position absolutely. And another relatively positioned circle here. Okay, so they use two circles as well. Let's do that. If I give you an absolute position for the ping one. And how do they move it? I could now move it with relative positioning. How do they move it? Ah, they have a... Okay, so they put both of them inside of a container. Okay, fair enough. Class name, flex, and same as they do. Let's make that a span. And they give that the size of h 2.5 and width 2.5. And then the absolute one has a, okay, so this has a height of full and a width of full. Let's give them two different colors so we can tell the difference. Let's make this one red. I mean, this certainly would make it obvious that I'm streaming. It is not ideal, is it, though? It is making it obvious that, okay, red for one might make sense if I'm streaming live. This isn't quite what I had in mind. What am I missing? So we have a flex container on the outside. Then we have the one that is animated, positioned absolutely. full height and width. Does this need to be relative then? This needs to be relative. Okay, yeah, there we go. I wonder why that's not in the documentation though. And now it covers the other one though, so the order needs to be reversed. So the green only appears at the... Did that make a difference just now? I need to give this relative position as well to move it up on the z-axis. Yeah, and now we can see that the green only happens underneath the red. If I switch those around, I bet the green would... Yeah, okay, now the green covers the red, which if we make both of them the same color would not be super obvious, I think, so it wouldn't matter. And for this we can put a red as well, and because they gave this a nice opacity here, they use opacity 75. Let's do that as well. Opacity 75. Reloaded and live. Now I need some more space. I don't know if I need more space here. Let's rounded you. And let's make you inline flex. There we go. Still more space between you now. Here, that's the one I forgot. That's a bit much. 1.5. Hey, sorry, missed the message on the chat. Yeah, the integration with Twitch looks like this. I have the dashboard where I see how many people are following me, and now we have an endpoint that asks me for my current live status, the current live status of my stream, and gives me the number of viewers. And I can now put you all next to this. So we go. This is actually also a div, not a fragment. And we do class name you are flex, and let's do space between you. So space x is 2.5, and here we can just go viewer count viewers, and let's do this for now, because if it's one viewer, I would say one viewers. And flex and items center. So this update's live now. This, if I just merge it like that, this would always show me if I am live or not. What would it look like if I am not live? We could just pretend that we are setting set is live to false, or let's just actually not set it to anything because it's initialized as false. If I am not live, I would see nothing different. I would see we are not live. And I could, let's copy much of this. Would probably make sense to move this to another component as well then. So I'm not going to need the pulsating light. And here we could say not live. Okay, and if I am not live, I want to show more information, like when I am next live. How I implemented it is, it doesn't update fully live, so it updates with page refreshes. I have an endpoint here that is my /API/Twitch status. Only when you visit the page again will it change, which is fair enough. I could probably put this on a timer as well if I really needed it to be fully live, but I guess the people aren't on this page long enough for them to notice any significant changes. Not gonna jump suddenly, but only between page changes. And Could imagine polling on this that I repeat this use effect every X seconds, but since not much is going to happen here, we're going to leave it at that. What other information do I want to show when I am live though? Let's clean this up a bit and let's make this a bit smaller. This can be a span. And a span. I advocate for the simplest possible solution. Of course, I could always show it exactly. I can update it constantly to see the permanent change. But for now, if the feature works and something is on there, that beats not having it in my experience. And let's say you are text SM, and you can be text gray 600. You are already text gray 600. Yeah, okay, so this was 600 already. Live on Twitch. So I would have to link to it, right? I would have to link to my stream because just the information isn't helpful. So I would have to have a link here with the title so that people can check it out if they are curious. Wait, no, you go here. And I think the link, so what else do we have in the information? Sorry, I keep forgetting the chat. Yes, exactly. The endpoint does it authenticates as an application. Where is the endpoint? API Twitch status. It authenticates as a Twitch client with the Twitch client secret. I get the access token from that, and I can do all kinds of requests that work with an app access token. I can't do user-specific requests, but I can do anything that is publicly available. Right now, I'm using that to get the number of followers and the number of Twitch views that I have, and now also the live status in this stream. But that is tucked away. And what else do we have in the response? Let's refresh this. And so we have the updated viewer count here. I don't have a link to the stream, but that is always the same. I think I can put a link to my Twitch profile there and people would find it, but I want the title. I want to show the title as well. So on my Twitch status endpoint, const title is the stream JSON data dot title viewer count and title. So first we have to make sure that the endpoint returns the value. We're going to add another const title set title in here, use state, and we start out with just nothing. And we will set title to the JSON title. And down here where it says title, wait, not this one, go title, and I can hard code this to my profile to lead users there. All right, yeah, I have the login name as well. Does that lead me anywhere else than what this does now? To twitch.tv/ if that is login name, let's do inception and let's watch my stream on my stream. If this shows up now and people jump into the running stream, I can close that and know this is the link that I want here. Yeah, cool. Says that I'm live. I'm not going to wait for this to show up because that is not interesting. And we are going to go class name. What do we want to do with it? So we want to, let's start with underlining it. Let's start by making it blue text blue 600. So this is too zoomed in anyways. Adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website. I want to give this just for now. Wait, what's happening? Give this some padding, just so it's a bit separated. I'm not gonna leave it exactly at that. And I wonder why this isn't attached to the bottom. I broke something. Cool. That was supposed to be stuck down there. And we have, this is a bit too much, I think. So let's do class name text sm. Live on Twitch for viewers. I can put you up here a bit closer. And let's say the link goes on a new line. Move this and close this here. Put some space between those as well. So class name space y. Let's try 3. That might be a bit too much separation. Why is nothing happening? Because space y3. Why are you not doing a thing though, space y3? Oh, nice. The number updated, so thank you for following along. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. And how do I now make you disappear? No, wait, I didn't want you to disappear. Okay, so I need to take the font size down a bit here. That was a bit too much. Why are you not doing the thing with the space? Ah, because this applies a margin and a link is an inline element, right? So if we just do inline block, that would do. Yeah, okay, that works. But that is too much, so put those a bit closer together. 1.5. Adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website. And do I want to show how long the stream has been going on? Maybe. That is something that I could see being interesting. Like live to 4 viewers and have been streaming this for 20 minutes. So let's do started at. In the, yeah, that is that endpoint. Const started at is stream JSON dot data 0 and started at. And I have a, I think that could be very neat because we can now use the Intel helper. I haven't done, reloading doesn't change anything because I haven't done anything with this yet. I don't need to make this an inline block if I now put this in another div here. Nope. And what do I want to show? I want to show in a span the started at. I think instead of started at, I might want to change this to has been live for X minutes. But we'll do that next. Started at and set started at. Started at is a date though, is it? Yeah, okay, so it is this timestamp here. Set started at is JSON started at. Just, you know, make this work first and then we can always make it nice and make it pretty. And another number. Oh, nice. Thank you for that other follow. This I love this because I don't look at the dashboard, the Twitch dashboard here. Seeing this number go up already makes me think that this open metrics dashboard was a cute idea. It was just a neat thing that I thought I could do maybe. And I want to add more information to this later, of course. Right now it only shows the number of Twitch followers and the number of Twitch views, but later I want to show like page views and YouTube subscribers and all of that. Eventually revenue as well, but for now this is a personal website that doesn't make any revenue. But the Twitch API gave me an easy way to add at least some information on here. Now this information, of course, isn't very interesting. Just adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website with this weird looking timestamp. And I was 6 seconds late. I didn't start exactly at 10 o'clock my time. So let's do mdn intel. And let's do date time format, because we have just the date would not be very interesting to show I have been live since today. I want to show when I started. So we want to have, let's do const. No, actually that is an effect. Use effect. So if the started at changes, then I want to update the formatted stuff. No, I don't. No, that doesn't make sense. So I want to format it to something, but that doesn't mean that I need to take the value exactly as I got it from the JSON. I can format it before I put it into the JSON. So let's do new intel date time format, and we are going to, what do I need to pass you? We're going to use the date time format enus, and date style is full, and time style, I think, yeah, just time style. Time style is long. And we want to format the date. And can we just take these JSON started at like this? Const started at would then be this formatted. I think, did I just remove a new? Yeah. A new here. And set started at is then not the value as we get it from the JSON. Oh, that wouldn't work. That would overwrite that. Formatted started. That would shadow the original value. Formatted, the state value formatted started at. Let's see if that just broke, because I just copied some code and hoped that it worked. Oh, but okay, I didn't have to reload because that did something already. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna probably, Twitch doesn't report the revenue. Yeah, I think revenue from other sources. So I'm hooking up Twitch. Sorry, I need to look at this chat more. Usually stuff doesn't happen here, so forgive me if I'm not up to speed with the chat. I want to hook up multiple different APIs. The Twitch API for one, but also like my page tracking and other things, other values that I can get from anywhere else. I don't think I'll ever get to a size where I can make money off of Twitch, but I'm trying to build products with this as well. Yeah, so I just wanted to catch up, because I'm still pretty new to this, as you can tell from this number here. I haven't done this very long, so I can format the date and time with intel. And what can I format it as? What is times? I think the time would be sufficient. I don't think I'd ever stream. Well, I have streamed across date boundaries. I have streamed past midnight once. So I could show. Yeah, I mean, let's just do that, right? I could keep it at that. Since. And I could call this done. Add some space here. And that would be fine. I am live on Twitch. I have the thing pulsating. I have nine viewers. Hi. That is awesome. I have 9 viewers, and I am adding my Twitch live status on my Next.js to my Next.js website since Tuesday, March 8, 2022. This just pains me that I started 6 seconds late. But is that that information is too granular for one. Why would I need to show the seconds? Also, I think there is a cool relative format here. Intel relative time format could be it. Oh no. Is it though? No, okay, I would have to pass it. Okay, but can I? Okay, so what this does, I can have it format in a narrow style, but I have to pass it how many units and how many things, how many units and what is the unit. So if I pass it -1 and day, it would give me 1 day ago. And this is not any library. This is what JavaScript has now. The Intel, what is it? Intel package? The Intel API is great for formatting anything international like numbers or it has plural rules. This is pretty amazing. But how can I pass you? Can I pass you just a date time value? No, I have to pass you 2 things. How do I get the 2 things? So if I do const now new date, and it is not going to update live. It's not going to update every second, but if it gives me a difference in date and time, how can I compare 2 dates? MDN date. I think if I just took the... How can I initialize a new date? I'm confusing myself. So I can initialize a new date with a date time string, which I don't have. Okay, I think I see what I could do. I can initialize it with a value. An integer value representing the number of milliseconds since January 1st. No. But what I can do, if a date gets me the millisecond value since that, I can take the difference between the two, and I can do some very, 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 very basic math to give me how many seconds that is. How do we do it? So I could do get date, get full year, get hours, get milliseconds, but I think that is not the milliseconds since 1970. 1970? But only for the current... No, get UTC milliseconds. That also isn't it. Date parse. Set milliseconds. Okay, so if I can set milliseconds, it means it would only give me the milliseconds that this was created at. Set. To locale, time string, to string, to time string. Let's just try those, and I think value of might be the one that I am thinking of right now. Okay, get milliseconds gives me the milliseconds in this date that I have. That is not it. Get seconds is how many seconds are in this string here. That is not it. And my trusty little time timer tells me for the time that I set myself, I have about 7 minutes left. I think I want to finish this at least. That isn't it. Yeah, that is closer. So that gives me milliseconds since. And I wonder if I could parse that. To string isn't it. To time string isn't it, and that value of. Let's do value of. So const value of started at. Oh, let's rename that. Started at date. And I don't think I'm gonna need it. Started at date. I don't need this format started at, I mean. Value of started at is started Stargate. Started at date. value of. And I could, yeah, okay, sure. I see now that I could use a helper function like in datefns, but since this will not be, okay, that might be easier. That would be a lot easier. Let's do that as homework. Let's do that later. Why are you down here? I need you up there. Value of now is now dot value of, and const difference is, and what is later? Now would always be later. Value of now minus value of started at. And what does that give me? Set started at. Let's just put the difference in here. I should be able to do, ooh, nice, okay, cool. That would actually be, okay, thank you. Thank you. I can do the math right here. Let's see first what value we get. I need to have a way to make this more prominent. So I get a number of milliseconds now, and you just told me that I can do the math in one go. I can take one date and I can subtract another date. And that is all I need, right? I don't want anything else. I don't even need the formatted started at. Perfect. This is one line of code instead of 5 lines of code. I am a fan of that. And I could even, let's keep it at this, because I still want to format it to seconds. Wouldn't make sense. So const started ago is difference in start. No, okay, what is this? What is the correct name for this? Started milliseconds ago, and I could do started milliseconds seconds ago divided by 1000 gives me the seconds ago that I started, and that I want to divide by 60. And started at, yeah, I know, is started minutes ago. And minutes ago. Rename that to started minutes ago. Since 58, what does the, and that is exactly the number that the Twitch dashboard tells me. Since 58, okay, we're not gonna need that, so we are going to parse int u, right? Just give me the integer. Since 58 minutes ago. And now if it just crossed the 59-minute mark, and we should see started 59 minutes ago. Perfect. Is that obvious enough that this is what's happening on Twitch with the title? I can't put it on the same line because it could be too long. And what happens if I stream for more than 1 hour? It happens rarely that I stream for a really long time. So I'm guessing that if I put there started 75 minutes ago, that'd still be okay. Hey, wait, no, what? No, wait. Can we do the relative time now? Would that be interesting? In 1 day? No, but that would still be the same. That would still only give me, I mean, it would save me from having to do this. From having to do minutes ago. I could use, yeah, let's do that actually, just to, let's not, because I always wanted to be in US. All this would give me is exactly that. I would have to use the negative started minutes ago, and then when I would tell it minutes, and it would, oh, no, I am going to do that because it covers one case. It covers one case. Streaming titles. And yeah, that is a neat suggestion. I'm going to do that in a second. Let's do the one with the formatting first. const relative. It covers the case where I've only streamed for 1 minute. So it right now, if I kept what I have, and you go to my site just as I started streaming, it would say since 1 minute ago, and that isn't proper language. So relative time format is new intel relative time format, and where do I tell you that I want the locale to be enus, just like this. Numeric auto. Maybe you can do higher units as well. Let's see. But then we want to return relative time format for started minutes ago. And it would give me the same value now. I forgot to say format somewhere, right? Format. Dot format, yeah. Dot format. Unit argument is not a, yeah, okay. I also need to tell you that I want this in minutes, please, with the unit. Since 62 minutes. It could say 1 hour, 2 minutes, but, you know, who cares? Maybe I might care. Damn it, I might care. But I now am going to do your suggestion of saying streaming, then have some space here. And let's change the two of you from this to that. Why is there an empty line here? Streaming, adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website since in 62 minutes. Nope, that is not right. Needs to be a negative value, and I could now have a negative one here, or I can reverse the calculation here. Minus new date. Yeah, exactly. Nice how you caught that before it happened here. Since 63 minutes ago. It is fine if that doesn't say 1 hour, 3 minutes, right? I have to convince myself that that is okay. I want that to be okay for myself. And let's see if that works on small screens. Okay, not quite that small. What happens if we go down to, okay, why? Sometimes this gets messed up. Sometimes I have to just close this and ask Safari to be nice to me again. Come here, there we go. So if we are on a narrow screen, this is good enough. It still shows that I'm live on Twitch. I have nine. This just it. I mean, this blows my mind. That I have 9 viewers. I'm streaming, adding my Twitch live status to my Next.js website since 63 minutes ago. Okay, I'm gonna cut that here though, and I'm gonna see what I can do with the not live status. So we are gonna assume that set is live, that I am not live right now. I have to keep the stream running, so I'm going to pretend. This is the only one that flips that. Set is live is false. So if we are not live, I want to add my upcoming stream, and we had the endpoint for the schedule on here somewhere, right? Search channels, that I think we're done with. What else is there in the response? The viewer count started at, we use tags, the mature warning I don't need. So the stream information itself, we are done with. Nothing else from here is important. Let's see, this is the response from my backend now. I'm live, I have 9 viewers, adding my Twitch live status and the started at. Okay, how can I get information about my upcoming streams? Got a bit of a message from the chat. There's no caching happening, so if you somehow get a bust of people visiting, you can potentially bust. Oh, okay, a rate limit on Twitch. I cached my endpoint to combat that. At the very least, that is a good point. I know my numbers. I know this is unlikely, but I have to check out what the Twitch rate limit is. I get at most, right now, I get at most 30 viewers to this page, and mostly to old blog posts. But that is an information that I have to definitely look at. That is good. I'm gonna write that down. Twitch rate limit. Yeah, very, very good. I had not considered that at all. And okay, so I think everything with the date we got. Tailwind we don't need. Relative is fine. Get channel stream schedule. So I want to get my upcoming stream as well. Const schedule JSON is await. And what do we get? We get the HTTPS API twitch.tv/helix/schedule. And this is singular now. All the other ones were plural. Yeah, I know. It's good to cover that case, definitely. And I hope I'm not going to stay at 30 viewers on my portfolio anyways. I can get this with an app access token, which is what I have, and this is what this helper function does for me. Broadcaster ID is, again, I'm not sure why they call it broadcaster ID here. Broadcaster ID is my user ID. And let's, as we did with the last one, just put the whole schedule JSON response. Will the live status be GDPR compliant? It is my live status. It is not something that you can embed in yours. Oh, right. That is a good, but kind of. That's a good question, though. It is just from the number of viewers shown there. Yeah, I agree with the chat. Sorry, I don't. Marin, sorry. I don't, because it doesn't expose any other information about the viewers. It doesn't show who is viewing. It doesn't show where they are from. It only gives me a number of 9. And I'm not sure not even sure I can see, just Marin. Okay, I'm gonna go with Marin. I'm not sure if even I can see on Twitch who is watching right now. I can see that I have 9 viewers, but I'm not sure if my stream manager gives me that information. So I don't, yeah, same as you. Don't see an issue here, but if you have more information, just let me, okay. Yeah, if you have more information on that, just let me know. I mean, if that were an issue, I take the number off. If that were problematic. But I just added the stream information to this endpoint as well. And I'm kind of trying to follow what the chat is discussing. If this is an issue, there is a connection between my server and the Twitch server, but no information of any visitors is established directly. Right, this is a good point, because that is something that I try to avoid with all the other third-party services that I have for signing up for a newsletter, for example. None of your information with this, none of your information can ever directly reach the provider here, because this is pointing to an endpoint that I use, and it's only server-to-server communication. It doesn't happen in the browser. Even what we do here with a live status. Yes, the browser is requesting an endpoint that I have, but it is requesting an endpoint that I have. And that then reaches out to Twitch and does all the communication. The browser itself is never in contact with Twitch itself. Can't be, because it only ever talks to my server, and that doesn't pass any token, any cookie information along. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Marion. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I will. Yes. What biometrical information about? I think this is now not not a huge concern. Yeah, exactly. If I did, and this is why I can't show more private, more personal information. There is, even I, as myself, am not logged in. This is an application. This is I'm not sure if Twitch calls it a plugin, but all the information happens with the least access and authorization as possible. And all that information is publicly available anyways if we use those endpoints now. No user information happens at any point. I got to the point where I had my schedule JSON on here as well. So these ones we used, the user ID, the isLive view account, title, and started at. Now I have a schedule, which is an object which has data, which now is not an array. It was an array with the other one. So I did data and then the square bracket 0, give me the first element. Here I now have segments. And I have... Why is there so much on? So I stream twice a week. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, always at the same time. And this now has segments. The next segment is... So this is the current segment. This is for March 8th. Oh, why are you not unlocked? This is for March 8th at 9 a.m. GMT. And end time is set to 10:30, so I'm supposed to stop in like 15 minutes. But I also get that it is recurring. And I have one for 2 days from now, for the 10th, which is also recurring. And then I have one for March 15th, which is then Tuesday of next week, and then Thursday of next week, and then Tuesday. How many does that give me? It's just always Tuesday and Thursday. It doesn't give me just the very next one, but it gives me a bunch of segments. And then pagination. So if I have, okay, because I have them set up to be recurring, it gives me just, I assume, infinite ones. I don't have one-off streams. I have them set on a schedule, which is, I thought, what a schedule would be. But in this, what do I need? So if I have live information, and I am live right now, then I want the second one. I want the one that's scheduled after this one. But if I'm live, I'm not showing that. If I'm live, I'm showing, hey, I'm streaming right now, come check it out right now. If I am not live, I want to show the next upcoming stream, the next one that is scheduled, which is the first segment. Even if I always get the first segment, if I don't do anything with it in the case that I am live, that is fine. So let us, instead of schedule JSON, let's just get this one segment. Oh, that is a good point. That maybe I can... Thank you. You're being so helpful. That maybe it has parameters that I can limit it to. This is the schedule endpoint. It has no required... It has one required parameter, which is the broadcaster ID. And an ID. I can also ask it for the ID, a start time, offset, first. Ah, perfect. Oh, good. This is so good. This is so good. It had happened 2 or 3 times that people were helpful in the chat, and it makes Twitch much more enjoyable, I have to say. If I go just first 1 here, this is good. I don't need to filter it down myself. Maximum number of stream segments to return. And then I only get 1. It also still gives me the pagination. I could get more, but all I really care about is that one. And oh, nice, it has segments, and it also has broadcaster ID, it has my name again, and it has vacation. Yeah, so I was on vacation in the past for a day. And I might have to... Okay, so I want to see... Because I will be on vacation, I think next week, Thursday, I won't be able to stream. isn't it better if you filter today plus 7 days so you don't have to change the code once you change your schedule to 3 days each week? All I want really to show is when is the next one scheduled. And it doesn't matter if we don't care much about the schedule, we care about when is the next segment. And if the next segment happens to be on a Friday, which would be unusual for my schedule, it would show that. And it would update every time someone reloads the page. I think I can live with that. Yeah, I'm not going to show the full schedule. I am only going to show when is the next one. So const next segment. The next segment is schedule JSON, and we want the data, we want the segments, and there we want the first segment. And that would be the next segment, and I don't even think, so we can't get the okay, I don't have a title set for it. No need to reload this one. So this would tell me my next segment, gives me an ID. I don't know what I'd use for. A start time and end time. Title would be nice, but I guess I don't have one set for it. Cancelled until, nothing. Category is not interesting and is recurring. Okay, so what I can show is just when I am scheduled to stream next, I guess. So we're gonna do the start time, const next stream at is the next segment, and I will use the start time. And we're gonna do, I don't need the full next segment. Next segment, next stream at. Back on my component now. If I'm not live, like, of course I'm live right now. Let's see again what it looks like when I am live. See that everything still, when I'm live, I only care about the current stream. Wait, what? Ah, there we go. Live on Twitch to 8 viewers. And, oh, I need to, okay, I saw something that was wrong. Okay. I have 8 viewers on Twitch right now, and I don't, if I'm live right now, I don't need to care about the next stream. So if we are not live, we want a next stream at and a set next stream at. You could link users to the iCal endpoint Twitch exposes, which does not require any authentication and can be used to import your schedule into someone's calendar, like Google, Outlook, etc. There's so much in Twitch that I have yet to explore. With that, maybe. I'm gonna have to cut this soon because it's about to be lunchtime here. And I'm on cooking duty today, I think. So let's do the next stream at information. Const next stream, no wait. Set next stream at would be JSON next stream at. And if I am not live, let's do the thing here where we do span and span and another span, span all the way around. Time. There's a time element. That might make more sense. But next stream at. And you don't, okay, so div, yeah, okay, so I messed this one up. Span. Next stream scheduled for. Next streams, and now I don't want just in minutes. Next stream scheduled in 5,800 minutes, but a date. And we're gonna do intel again. We're not gonna do relative time format. we are going to do mdn intel, and I want to show the time as well. Yeah, I want to show the time as well. Don't I have that somewhere? Format date time. Oh, I have a helper function for that. So let us do import format datetime from format datetime. Oh, forgot the quotes here. Next stream at would be format datetime. And it does exactly that. This helper function does an intel datetime format. It does long date and short time, and then changes how AM PM are cased. Date value is not finite. You expect a date. New date. New stream, next stream scheduled for March 8, 2022 at 10 AM. That's missing the time zone. Because when is that? 10 AM. So we need to set 10 AM CET, Central European Time. And nope. Close you here. Okay, iPhone SE on this phone, and need another space between you. Not live right now. I don't want to have any pulsating thing on here. What am I doing? No, this isn't not live right now. This is offline. I think Twitch shows me as offline as well. Does it use server time zone or client time zone? I don't know. I don't know. And why do I not pass it to Intel date time format? I assume it's my time zone, so it takes browser time zone, which is not good. That isn't good at all. Oh. I'm gonna check that later. I'm gonna check because I really have like another 5 minutes or so. The formatter should be able to include the time zone. Let us check mdn Intel date time format. Maybe that'd be super convenient. Date time format and time zone. Options, time zone, UTC. Perfect. That is, where do I pass the options? So let's say this always, I always want this to be, can I pass it as Berlin, Germany? Updated at 11 AM. I need to show the time zone as well then. Options. Time zone name short. Oh, and I didn't do this right because this has to be an uppercase letter. What happens here? Invalid time zone Berlin, Germany. So you are not a time... Germany, Berlin. Country first, then city. Europe, Berlin. Europe, Berlin. Thank you. Invalid time zone Germany, Berlin. But I also want the time zone name on here. Time zone name as short. When date style is used, I can't use time zone name. So I have to go. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that now. Okay, we're gonna finish this with a bit of styling on this offline here. And then I haven't looked at dark mode yet. That probably is going to explode. Same as we have. I can just copy this whole thing that I have here. That's at live on Twitch. In the live state. And then I have here offline. Doesn't have any reference to Twitch, which is okay. What is missing here? Inline flex, I think you don't need to be here. Yeah. And we don't want the... Like now it's going to show me the pulsating red again. That doesn't make any sense. So we're going to take the animated off. And we're going to do just boring old gray. That is too much. Next stream scheduled for. Offline still a bit too much. This doesn't need to be quite as dark. So when I'm offline, yeah, is that how we show offline state? Maybe I don't want to make it more annoying. Text size, the text size probably needs to go down as well. But let's quickly, before we call it a day here, let's quickly switch to dark mode. This switches with the, oh okay, yeah. This switches with the media query. And I have to change, so the BG gray in dark mode has to be BG gray, let's say, I forgot what the footer itself is. That is the same color. Let's do darker. Offline, that is not, With the shades of gray, I'm not usually, that is okay. That is okay, and the text color flips automatically. We can also change the color of this dot there, dark, BG gray, lighter or darker? Let's do 300, let's do a bit lighter. Doesn't quite set my heart on fire, but it's okay. And we also have to, before I can commit any of this, look at it in the live mode. So offline, I'm gonna keep at that for now, just because of the time. And if I am live, streaming to 6 viewers, that is, again, pretty cool. In dark mode, I want to go text gray 300 for the information that says how many viewers I have. And I'm thinking that the link might have to be a bit brighter. Dark, text blue. Just a tad though, just 500. And the badge itself that shows that I am live would have to be the same shade as the offline color. Dark, BG, gray. What did I... Was it 700? Yeah, it was 700. The color... Okay. That looks decent though, right? I can leave it at that. I'm okay with that. Let's see what it would look like with other shades of gray if we make it a bit darker. No, 800 is the same color, 600 even brighter. Someone using media queries. There's a bunch of media queries in this though. I'm glad you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for the help. Like I stumbled a bit, and you were always super supportive and point out a few things. I have to check the rate limit. I will check out, and the time zone in this also with the date formatting, because I assume that this isn't working right now. Anyways, But this says live on Twitch for now. It will say offline in a bit because I am going offline with this. Thank you for checking this out. I like where I ended up with this. This now I'm gonna clean it up. I'm gonna commit it in a bit. If you want to check it out, domhabazak.com is where that will be, and we'll do something else in 2 days. So Thursday at 10 a.m. my time. It will show it in the footer when I'll be live soon. Thank you very much, and I guess I'll talk to you soon.